Well, in the world of health, same thing applies to cats too, because this guy he gets all organic cat food now. He gets cat vitamins, apple cider vinegar, coconut oil, salmon oil, and he's like real energetic now. So he's a hell of a lot more energetic than when I first got him, man. But I want to talk a little bit about the money side of things, because when you talk, let me put it this way: no matter what it is, like if it's health or it's investing or whatever, I swear to God, street smarts and common sense goes farther than all the kinds of analysis there are. Because what that old expression: there's lies and there's damn lies, and then there's statistics, and you can extrapolate statistics to charts and graphs, and somebody could just believe they're right too. I mean, they could be convinced that this is what's going to happen, so they pull out statistics and charts and graphs. They're not necessarily liars, but they're in their mind, they got their mind made up how something's going to happen. But so I try to apply common sense, because I don't like being wrong about anything, whether it's finance or health. But I just have to point this out, like. If you ever called up Goldman-Sachs and you try to sell them something, it's like those guys are so freaking unreal. It's like you would never want to sell them anything that they would want to buy, because what they do is they say, we want to see an historical revenue stream, a proven historical revenue stream, and a future estimated revenue stream, and exactly how that's calculated, or where the money's going to come from before we buy anything. It's like you wouldn't sell it to them in a million years. In other words, if anything they buy up, they want a fantastic venture that'll produce all kinds of money, and they want it cheap as possible. It's exactly how they think. I don't know how the hell those guys stay in business, because they're so freaking vicious. It's unreal. But, I guess the reason is, the attraction is with Goldman Sachs and a lot of these top-notch people, is that what most people think is they think, and this is really, how the Ponzi schemes happen all the time too, but what they think is these people have inside information and they're protecting their own interests because they're clients of theirs. In other words, they know how to get over on the system. They know how to get over on the rest of Wall Street because they're Goldman Sachs. That's why a lot of clients go into that. It's that mentality, actually, believe it or not. They think Goldman Sachs knows how to make money and get over on the rest of the guys. They know they're crooks, but they think they're stealing from the other guy rather than, me, the client, right? That's what a lot of people think, or they hope that, right? But that's not necessarily the case. They'll cut anybody's throats. But I want to talk about the money side of things and common sense too, because a lot of times I've heard from especially professional doctors or whatever, medical people, about some of the stuff they have in alternative is snake oil. But I don't like calling it alternative medicine. The only reason it's alternative because it doesn't have that revenue stream the way a patented medicine or patented procedure will do. It doesn't have that because it comes from nature or it comes from a plant or whatever. You're not going to make money off of that. It's almost as if Goldman Sachs says, to say a pharmaceutical company was going to say, oh, okay, let's sell dandelion root, dandelions that grow everywhere, and let's put out a $10 million study to prove that it's a very powerful antiviral. Why would they do that? That's just like Goldman Sachs going and buying up some public land and putting all kinds of apartments on it and giving them away for free. It's not going to happen. So, but I do realize a lot of times the alternative and also the alternative investment world is a total pile of snake oil, but not all the time. There's no financial incentive for the established revenue stream models to go out of the parameters that are making them the money and jump into something else. Like I said, with Goldman Sachs, they won't even buy something unless they don't take risks. The old established guys don't take risks. They take surefire bets, and I'm sure that's exactly how it works with the pharmaceutical companies. They take surefire bets. Yeah, they might research something that might be a dead end, but they're researching something so they only hold the patent and they only hold the goods and they have the right to produce it to sell. That's, they want something exclusive, which is the word exclusive, and that they own. So there is absolutely no financial incentive for, either the pharmaceutical people to go pursue something that would benefit everybody if it doesn't benefit their pocketbook. Because I always hear this argument that, if there was a cure for this or a cure for that, the pharmaceutical companies, with all the prestige they would have, oh my God, no, they wouldn't have prestige. No, they wouldn't have prestige. Because first off, they wouldn't even have thought of it. In other words, if I put out something like, let's give a real simple one, dandelion root. I mean, it's not a cure-all, but it's been noted as a very powerful antiviral medicine, the actual root from a dandelion, a common weed. It's been known for thousands of years in different cultures, right? It's strong. It's strong, actually detoxer for the liver and everything else. But if a pharmaceutical company came out and said, "Oh yeah, here we proved that it works," and you spend millions of dollars, what the hell would it get them? Nothing. Nothing. It would take away their business. It would take away their other products. And I don't understand why medical professionals can't see this. And the reason is they can't see it is because it's not in their vested interest to see it. Because they could lose customers too. That's really what it comes down to. So I also want people to remember this silver stuff. I mean, I just had somebody send me a message about, I looked at it, very interesting, that it looks like a lot of the JP Morgan and everything is no longer so much, they're more going long on silver now, getting ready for it to move upward again. And I agree. I'm not listening to anybody anymore, to tell you the truth, because every time I went and veered from my own common sense and street smarts, I've been wrong. I'm going to state that, on a few fronts, which you call like the established money, silver and gold and commodities are going to start moving up. I don't know if it's going to be right away, but it'll probably be within a few months, not like years, a few months. The dollar's going to start declining, and a lot of stuff that's in alternative, quote unquote, medicine does work. It does. It's like, I keep thinking about Goldman-Sachs when they want to buy something, because I used to call them up sometimes, try to see if they'd buy something or whatever. Man, they're actually, the guy that I was dealing with, he wasn't like, he was like one of the people in there, but he was kind of like, he was aware of Goldman Sachs' reputation and stuff. He was cool, but that's basically what he had to do. He had to get like all the information, prove it's going to make money and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, just like a pharmaceutical company, why the hell would they spend $10 million to go prove that dandelion root is a fantastic herb? Or there's another one out there, red rice yeast, which is supposed to be a pretty strong statin for like lowering cholesterol, right? It's cheap. Now, actually, the cholesterol drugs have gotten much cheaper now, but so it's not much of a major point. But at one point in time, the cholesterol drugs are pretty much a lot of money, and they had this red rice yeast stuff that worked pretty good too. It wasn't quite as good, but it was dirt cheap. But now there's not much of a difference in the cost, because the cost of the cholesterol drugs came down. And yes, I know cholesterol is not really a bad thing like they say, but what my point is on this, these guys got, and the real thing is, why do they bite? Why are they able to sell, and why do people bite into these things? Actually, it's because people are lazy. People are lazy. If I told somebody, it turned out to be a fact that, you can do this, you can do that, and that could save your wealth, or you can do this, and that'll save your health, and you actually have to make the decision on your own, they will not, most people won't do it if it takes some kind of work. A lot of people won't bother to even, like with the case of health, it's pretty much a proven fact that taking a whole food, easily absorbable type multivitamin mineral that's all from whole foods is a good thing to take on a daily basis. Even, some doctors will say it's a waste of money. You'll have, but a lot of doctors even agree with that. But will most people do that? No, no. If you tell most people buy a silver coin here and there, maybe if you even bought 2 silver coins a month, they won't do that either. They won't do that either. They'll blow it on lunch, though. They'll blow probably, probably 10 silver coins of money a month on just going out to eat for lunch, which they could have had that in their pocket as silver by just taking their own meals to work. They won't do it. It's extra work. And herein actually lies the problem. And herein actually lies the problem why the Illuminati elite New World Order gets over. They're not that smart. You know what the problem is? The average person is that stupid and lazy. That's the problem. So I just want to point out it here at the end, because everybody's trying. The smarter people try to wake others up, which is cool, but a lot of people don't want to be woken up. So it's like, screw it, That's the one problem with waking people up. A lot of people don't want to be woken up. And, when they're woken up, they're too lazy to do it anyway. So, they're too lazy to call their congressman about drones spying on American people in the sky or something, whatever issue it is. Or they're too lazy to take a vitamin or something, or, whatever. Or try a little experimentation with dandelion root, see if it makes you feel better or something. They're too lazy, So, that's really what it comes down to. And, it's not, actually, that's my point on this shit, because it's not really all the Illuminati world order. It's the majority, man. The Illuminati New World Order, the elite, whatever the hell they call it, they only get over because most people allow them to get over. So, you're not going to change that, because you're not going to change most people. So I always say is do your own thing. It's your choice, right? That's the way I look at it. So, but anyway, that's just my thing about, there is a major financial incentive in the medical field to, stop things that aren't part of their revenue stream. The pharmaceutical industries like Goldman-Sachs, when they want to buy up a project or something like that, or Goldman-Sachs buys up a project or something. Yeah, what's the proven revenue stream? How many customers you have lined up? What's your rentals at and everything? They want to know all that. It's like, why the hell would you want to sell it to them then, right? Then they want it real cheap if you had all that stuff. Same deal with the pharmaceutical industry. They'll, they're not going to freaking put down a penny on something unless there's some kind of speculation that they're going to have exclusive rights to that formula that they developed that they could sell to people. And they're the only ones that have it. And they don't want any competition to that. You know that, right? Just like silver might be competition to the US dollar sometime too. Same kind of deal. But, as far as truthers and waking people up, I don't know. Just do it a little bit, but if you try to do it too much, it ain't going to work, because most people don't want to think. That's really how most people are. That's why we have a Illuminati, a New World Order, and we got control freaks, because, people allow it until their back is up to the wall, and then they're screwed, But, hey, you can't totally change the world. That's what it comes down to.